Hey guys, it's Meg. I am back this week with a new tarot reading for you. I am coming at this a bit late, I must admit, because this week has been absolutely bonkers. I didn't think I was going to have any kind of video updates at all, let alone a new tarot reading, so I'm glad I have this now. It's going to be done a little bit differently, in that I'm going to be going in depth with one or two cards. We'll see what happens. Excuse me. I have pre-shuffled everything, and we're just gonna draw off the top and see what comes. So the decks I'm going to be using are the White Sage Tarot by Teresa Hutch. And of course, one of my favorite decks is the Spirit Animal by Colette Baron Reed, the Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. So these are the decks we're going to be using. And before I get too far into the reading, if you guys like what you see in it, please consider hitting the like, subscribe, and the bell buttons so you guys can stay in the loop for when I post new content. I also do vlog style videos as well. So you're not spoiled for content if you guys like what you see from me in this video. So, to get started with the reading, we're going to start with the White Sage. I'm not going to go through my shuffling routine because you guys have seen me do that a million times. The first card I'm going to pull is the Five of Cups. And this is kind of a sad start to the reading. However, this is talking about loss and grief. And, it hurts. It really hurts to lose something we thought would last forever. Maybe this is a relationship that broke up. Maybe this is something that you really badly wanted and it's just not going to happen. Unfortunately, this is a part of our lives that will continue happening for as long as we live, right? It hurts, but it's not completely done. In other more, like in the Rider-Waite deck, you'll see 3 cups toppled over, but 2 are still standing. Hold on to that. Hold on to that image because you still have things to work with. Yeah, this one down here is chipped, okay? But these up here are still in one piece. You don't, even with this chipped one, it's still whole. It's not going to hold what it once was. But you still have stuff to work with, even if it feels less than. So keep going. This hurts, and you may feel set back because of this, but you're not done. You're not done because something breaks. Okay, hold on. So that's the Five of Cups. The next card that I want to pull is the Empress. I think what's going to help you here is balancing yourself, because this card talks about the character of it being connected to both earth and water. You can see the beach motif in the water up here. So earth and water. This is about finding a balance between your emotions and what you know you need to do. Take care of your emotions, right? This character is also strongly feminine and with their energy as well. So they're in touch and they know what they need to do. They know how to express themselves. So especially if you're feeling strong emotions tied to this energy, don't be afraid to cry or get mad, or maybe you need to step back to do some reflecting. but don't deny yourself the right to your feels, because they are real and they are valid and they deserve to be expressed. They deserve to be expressed, but please be safe, right? So that is the Empress. And the last card that I'm going to pull from the White Sage is the Knight of Swords. This person is a problem solver, and they're very smart. They have good sense of who they are. This person is about preparing and being able to stand up for themselves. So by that, this person also represents courage and having strength to do what they need to do, right? I like that this works together, because doing this can be a little bit scary for some people, and especially if something hasn't worked out the way they were hoping for, right? Hold on to this. This may feel really scary, what you might be needing to do. The card for seven of Wands. I believe what I want to say is Seven of Wands there. But that card talks about standing on high ground and having the right to be there because you've worked for it, but you're standing alone, right? And there are people in the crowd below you that are that you're surprised to see there, right? Because you thought they'd be standing with you. That's kind of it's kind of the tie-in card to this, that you have the courage and the strength to stand up for yourself and what you believe in. So don't lose this energy either, because while this is painful to deal with, you have the balance and the courage and the strength to deal with this situation. So hold on to all of this, because, this happens. All right, so we're going to move on to the Spirit Animal Oracle. And I'm going to do the same kind of reading. I hope you guys are doing okay, because my week's been strange, but we'll talk about that at the end of the video, I think. So getting into the reading with the Spirit Animal Oracle, the first card that I pulled here is the Bat Spirit, and this is talking about rebirth and renewal. And especially after something has run its course, right? You need to trust that your intuition is strong and it will guide you through whatever the situation is. So this ended, and now you're having to try and start anew. If you're holding on to whatever has died in the past, you're holding on to nothing, right? And, I don't mean like if it's a relative, if it's an actual physical death, sure, is going to take you a while to recover from. And I can speak from experience there. But if it's a situation that didn't work out at work, if it's a project that failed, if you're holding on to those things, maybe you're not holding on to the right things, right? And it's just causing you undue suffering. Time to let go and trust yourself that you'll come out the other side a new person from having experienced this. And I hope that makes sense. Knew we were going to get it in there. But yeah, that is the Bat Spirit. And this is telling you that birth is reassured. Made no sense. All right, moving on. Um, a rebirth is assured, is what I meant to say there. The next card I'm going to pull is, okay, I'm going to pull the Koi Spirit for us. This is talking to you if you are in a scarcity mindset right now. You know, I can understand that a lot of us are feeling we're feeling pinched because COVID and we're not working and we still have bills to pay and we still have things that we're responsible for, even though we might not have the resources to be responsible for those things. It's okay. It's okay. You're not alone in feeling that. But there will always be enough. If you trust that your abundance and growth don't necessarily come from your finances, even though that can be part of it. You still have, you have spiritual things that you can give. If it's something, if a friend calls you and said, "Hey, I'm really feeling bad today, can we talk?" That's a listening ear that you could give. There's something, maybe you're finding volunteering places because you're not working and you don't want to be at home. Finding a safe place to volunteer might be something you can do. Whatever it is you've been meaning to do, you are going to see the fruits of that labor because you still have stuff to give and there's always enough. Even if that doesn't mean money or, it doesn't have to mean that. It can, right? And I do hope that makes sense. Because, I was reading in the guidebook that your inner situation and your outer situation are reflections of each other. And things do change, right? Things will change. You might see a growth in your finances. You might see a growth in your ability to be responsible for things like keeping a roof over your head and having some for a rainy day, right? These conditions, your inner and outer conditions will reflect each other. So if your pond feels a little small, it's okay. It's okay. There is always enough, and you do have things to give, even if that doesn't mean, even if it doesn't mean money. So, hope that makes sense, but that is the Koi Spirit. So the final card that I'm going to draw is the Horse Spirit. And this is talking about freedom and the capabilities you have of making important decisions. You have a lot of abilities to move and to see things, move forward. But you have to be careful, right? Because even though you're progressing, even though you're making movement forward, you still have to be careful because sometimes being in control can become overbearing. And this is a lesson for me because I've realized that I do have some controlling tendencies, and that doesn't sit right with me. I have to work on that. First thing I know I need to do is come down off my high horse and concede a little bit, because it's gonna cause problems. It's gonna cause me anguish that why isn't people listening to me? Oh, this is messing with my head. But then the other side of that is that there are people who are saying, why is she trying to, why does she get to lord over me? Why does she get to tell me what to do? It's just anguish all around. And I don't need that. The other person doesn't need that. Once you let go of that tendency, once I let go of that tendency, I have no doubt in my heart that it will feel a lot better and I'll feel a lot more free to be myself. So that is the horse spirit. All right, so that is it for this reading. I hope this made sense, and I am going to sign off now. Again, if you like what you see in the video, please go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and bell buttons. You already know what to do, and I hope to see you in the next video. Mwah. Bye, guys.